Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To our lecturer, Madam Afni Adnan. Today we would like to present on the topic parental involvement in child education. Before we start our presentation, let me introduce our members group. We are Amirul Iskandar bin Azhar Amir, Adam Haras bin Muhammad Asri, Muhammad Muizuddin bin Mahathir, Siti Nur Kamilia binti Zainal, and Nur Fatihah Akilah binti Abdullah. Parents have a lasting influence on the learning of kids. Parents and extended families have the most direct and enduring effect on the learning of children and play a vital role in encouraging their education. Research indicates that children are more engaged in their schoolwork, remain in school longer, and achieve improved learning results when parents are involved with their children's education. This often translates into economic and social gains for the long time. Even though the parents' role in the education of their children changes as kids get older, it is important to note that parents remain role models. When they go on their own educational experience, their attitudes towards education can both inspire and encourage them. The Global Partnership for Education advocates that parents should be actively involved in the education of their children and should be part of efforts to ensure that quality education is provided to all children.
Hello, my name is Nur Fatihah Akilah binti Abdullah, and I will present to you about the first article, Consensus, Dissensus or Community, the Politics of Parents' Involvement in Early Childhood Education. The first main idea is lack of parental knowledge. Parents have the potential to teach their children. Parents can bring harm to their children by forcing them to grow up, even though they have good intention, but it will bring harm instead of good to their children. Not just that, in making an organization with parents, the teachers should be teaching the parents by steps to make the parents alert and understand their children's development. Not only that, they also need to teach parents about children development because it is connected with the need to show good example before their children. Some of the reason parents oppose about being a teachers for their children's education and said that children should learn from the school because to them, teachers are more suitable to teach their children. For the second main idea is parental knowledge is just additional. Parents are co-workers. According to a journalist, Guilford, 1991, as parents, they can give information about their children, which could help teachers gain more information and also how to teach their children. The collaboration between teachers and parents, just under invitation of teachers and parents' knowledge, just to additional, as long as it did not affect teachers' professionalism to teach their children. Not just that, teachers also have the right to know what happened to the children while they are at home with their parents. The teachers demands to recognize the estimation of parental knowledge on their children affecting their professionalism. The purpose of the article is to give information on why some of parents are not involved with their children's education, the importance of teachers and parents being able to cooperate and be involved together in children's education, The tone or bias in the article is serious. It to show how serious the issue is. Not just that, the intended audience, parents, it more suitable for parents and teachers. In conclusion, as parents, they should learn how to teach their children at an early stage and the importance of the bond between parents and children. It is because the first teachers of the children is their parents. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Adam Haras bin Muhammad Asri. The article I was analysing was parental involvement as an important factor for successful education. This article primarily explains how parental involvement plays a role in the success of their child education. The children learn not only in school, but at home with the parents' responsibilities as well. This is because researchers identify the significant role that a strong positive bond between homes and schools plays in children development and education. In the article, it says educators and parents play a significant role in students' educational performance. The point is to excel in school. Students need a positive learning experience, which are one providing support, motivation, and quality of teaching. With the rising needs on the family, parental support extends beyond the school building to the education of children. The next one, parental participation in children's learning starts at home with parents who provide a stable and secure atmosphere, adequate learning opportunities, encouragement, and positive attitude towards education. Although it appears that the topic of parental involvement is analyzed in many domestic and foreign studies, parental participation and effective parenting involvement in student education still have to be acknowledged. Educators, parents, and community members may differ about effective participation practice and how each can contribute to the educational process. However, several studies indicate the increased academic achievement with students that have involved parents. Studies also Studies also indicate that parental involvement is most effective when viewed as a partnership between and parents supported and and parent support. As the second point that was analyzed, it says that parents' cognitions about their role have been identified as a major contributor to their willingness to engage in supportive parenting. As far as I see, there are three forms of parental cognition: parents' aspiration concerning their children's future occupation, their self-efficacy in rearing and educating their children, and their perception of the school. Furthermore, research evidence indicates that educational and occupational expectations are correlated with how parents form the activities, time, and learning environment of children. Meanwhile, parents with high self-efficacy are generally more optimistic, authoritative, and consistent in their interaction with their children than those with lower parenting self-efficacy. Lastly, if teachers seem to care for the child welfare, show respect for parents, and build successful ways of interacting with families, parents are more likely and able to engage in the education of their children. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Siti Nur Kamalia. I am going to present about an essential component is parental involvement in academic activity. An essential component of every teacher-student school academic endeavour has always been parental involvement. Parents are active in helping their child's classroom, communicating constantly with teachers of their children, helping with their homework, engaged in school projects. Parents talk with teachers about the different learning achievements and shortcomings of their children. Several schools, both in the private and public sectors, have initiatives intended to improve parental involvement, such as scouting for boys and girls, school socio-economic group projects, the Task Force for Emergency Volunteers, and the School Community Service Brigade. Besides, the participations of parents in the learning process of their child offer many opportunities for success. Parental participation in the learning of their children not only improve the moral, attitude, and academic achievement of a child across all subject areas, but according to the Center for Child Wellbeing, also promotes better behavior and social adjustment. Family participation in education allows children to grow up to be productive, when possible, member of the community. As the involvement of parents is increased, teachers and school administrators are also increasing the opportunity to implement quality education reform. There are always exceptions, but teaching a child to a value education bring a positive impact on their educations.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Medo and to all my friends. So I will continue to our presentation, which is parental involvement in child education. So based on my article, the role parents in early childhood learning. So another parental involvement in child education is responsiveness can be an important role of parents in childhood learning, say Ainsworth Mary 1978. She also stated that accepting the child interest with a quick response and depending on what children choose support learning, in part by facilitating child development mechanism for coping with stress and navigating its environment. According to the Stroff LA 1983, that parenting can give positive affection and a high level of warmth and responsiveness is an appropriate manner related to the toddler signal, which is an unexpected response, is effective emotional aspect of responsive style. So, responsiveness can repeatedly positive experiences, trust and bonds develop between children and their encouraged parents. The child's ongoing involvement in learning activities with her or her friends. Say McCabe, 1983. So, responsible behavior within the framework encourage mutual involvement and reciprocity parent-child interaction and helping children learn to be more active and ultimately independent role in learning process. So, another point is responsiveness varies according to the stage of the development. The author states that after the infancy phase, the mother receiving the intervention show a high improvement in all response their behavior and infants show higher level and faster growth rate in the range skill. For example, independent problem solving during the play show the greater increases for infants whose mother received the intervention compared to infants whose mothers did not receive the intervention. The author also points that the type of responsiveness behavior support provide an extent to which it associates with the development needs of the child. So, for example, behaviors such as warm sensitivity from the attachment framework are the best facilitated during the baby phase, while more complex as that should do be responsive to the changing picture of a child development in contingent responsive that needs require more phases of intervention. That's all for me. Thank you.
In making an organization with parents, the teacher should be teaching the parents step by step to alert and understand their children's development. Some of the reasons parents oppose about being a teacher for their children's education and said that children should learn from the school. Collaboration between teachers and parents just under invitation of teachers and parents knowledge just for additional as long it did not affect teachers' professionalism. Three forms of parental condition. Parents' aspiration concerning their children's future occupation, their self-efficiency in rearing and educating their children, and their perception of the school. If teachers seem to care for the children's welfare, show respect for parents, and build successful ways of interacting with families, parents are more likely and able to engage in the education of their children. Repeatedly positive experience, trust and bonds developed between children and encourage parents the children ongoing involvement in learning activities with his or her parents.